Well, good morning, everybody. It's me, Mitch. Thought I'd give you a little change of scenery this morning in my living room. The title of today's video is You Can't Fix Stupid. And that line comes from a comedian named Ron White, which I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with. And comes from a routine that he did talking about his wife. And basically he said, not only is she very pretty, but she's very intelligent. And he said, and you know, down the road, as we get older, he said, the looks can fade. But you got plastic surgery, you got contact lenses, you got all ways to fix that. So marry a girl that's good looking and smart, because down the road, he says, you can fix the looks, but you can't fix stupid. I don't know if he knew how many of us he influenced with the truth of that statement, the fact that you can't fix stupid. And I think about that, and I think about him every day when I read the comments that I get in these videos. Now, there's a big difference between being stupid and being ignorant. A lot of people don't realize how profound that difference is and what it means. You know, being ignorant is basically the fact that you have not learned the information and says absolutely nothing about your brain power, your IQ, or your intelligence. Being stupid, on the other hand, is a lack of brain power, a lack of processing. Like trying to use a really old computer to run the really latest software. I always like to give people the benefits of the doubt when they don't know something, or they say something that we call stupid but is really something ignorant. There's none of us that aren't ignorant about something or other. That's cured by education, assuming you're taught the right thing and not just some propaganda. So I get this comment, and I looked at it every which way from Sunday, trying to give this user every benefit of the doubt and call it ignorance instead of stupidity, but it just came out either troll or stupid. And the comment went like this. My 72-year-old father just died of a heart attack from eating meat. You need to stop pushing such a deadly diet. And that was it. My 72-year-old father just died from a heart attack from eating meat. You need to, meaning me, stop. I need to stop pushing. I'm not pushing a deadly diet. And I said to myself, wow. I said that. And my first inclination was to barrage him with questions. How do you know the meat killed your father? How do you know it wasn't the plants? How do you know what your father was eating? How do you know how long he was eating it for? How do you know that his heart disease wasn't caused by any number of other things? How much did your father weigh? Was he a 300-pound diabetic? You're assuming an awful lot and blaming the meat. So what it sounds to me like is this is either a troll, and I kind of believe that it might be, but if he's serious, then this goes beyond ignorance. This is stupidity, the lack of the brain power to think about what you're really saying, and the arrogance to almost command me to stop pushing this deadly diet. And nobody has the right to do that. Not to any of us. People have the right to suggest things. And then I said to myself, well, why? Why in the world, or how in the world did this person, if he's not just a troll, again, which I think he might be, where did he get all of these ideas? And that's evident to us. That's evident to us after 50 years of propaganda from, I'll call them the plant eaters, the drug companies, the medical community, the Seventh-day Adventists, Ansel Keys, and everybody else trying to line their pockets and follow their agendas by fooling us. After all, probably the least profitable food that can be sold to a human being is an animal product. Most people don't have the incentives to want to push that. And I just keep thinking about how brainwashed we are and how this misinformation has worked its way into every fiber and aspect of our being and our life. Things that are absolutely wrong are accepted. They're accepted as hard truths. And if you say anything other than that, you're a denier. And it's not just food, it's everything. It's climate, it's politics, it's everywhere. How do we get so misled? And what are we going to do about it? How do you fight it? When they use phrases like, everybody knows that meat causes cancer and diabetes. Well, everybody knows that. Everybody knows. That's called conventional wisdom. And somebody has got to stand up and just keep reminding people. Maybe everybody doesn't know. There's all kinds of phrases like that. All kinds of phrases like that. In politics, politicians like to tell us what we want. They stand up there in front of everybody and say, what the American people want is, 99% of the time, they're not speaking for me. But we hear that enough. And those are psychological phrases. Everybody knows what the American people want. We got to stop falling for that stuff. So my friend, and I have nothing against this guy who wrote that comment. I don't know him. But I think he's blaming just blaming the wrong thing. And there's no logical reason why, when all of us are doing so great and reversing these diseases and eating meat, how anyone can basically make the blanket statement or be sure in his conclusion that eating meat killed his 72-year-old father. If you think it really did, I'm sorry for your loss, my friend. But I gotta tell you, I'm more inclined to think you're a troll. And if you are, then that's just plain stupid. And you can't fix stupid. Take the rest of the day off and eat meat.